the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach, and fitness expert, Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance. This is your chance where I sit down with today's top experts in business, mindset, wellness, and success to help you master disruption and thrive.
Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.
She's the founder and CEO of Powerful Professionals, a business coaching and education company, one of the fastest growing companies in America, recently named 475th in the Inc. 5000, after going from 32 clients to over 11,000 in less than a year. A best-selling author of multiple books, including The Shift, Scale Your Business and Multiply Your Wealth Without Sacrificing You, The Ultimate Guide to Instagram for Business, and The No BS Guide to Direct Response Social Media Marketing, co-authored with Dan Kennedy, named a must-read by those in business by Forbes magazine. She co-hosts one of the top-running business podcasts with an American Idol Season 1 alumni, and she's been featured on Bravo's Below Deck and the behind-the-scenes secret weapons of some of the biggest names in business, including Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Dan Kennedy, Harley Davidson, Hilton Hotels. She's spoken on stages around the world, including Dubai, Moscow, London, and across the US. She loves DJing her daughter's softball games and is fueled by faith, love, laughter, Cheetos, and lots of Starbucks. Kim Walsh Phillips, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be with you.
You too. I love Starbucks myself, and the Cheetos things crack me up. So I love how you're about being successful in business, but having boundaries about having life too. So today's topic, we want to talk about your business success with the celebrity code, how to go from the best kept secret to the go-to authority in your niche.
Yeah, I can't wait to have this conversation with you.
Awesome. So yeah, I want to talk about your success in business and keeping those boundaries first around work and life. So I love that, because so many people feel like we'll rest when we're dead, but you have to live your life right now, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely seasons of less sleep. Like I'm deciding to have less sleep during this time to get more done, but I have an end date for it, or rest built in, or self-care moments. Like I might go get an IV or a massage, and I'll build those into those times too. But making sure that while I might have weeks where I push it harder, because there's definitely weeks that I'll work 70 hours, I know it's only for a season. So I think if we give ourselves permission to be flexible in our how, but never in our why, we can get a lot more done.
Well, I love that. And I wanted to really talk about your rapid success secrets, because I know going from up to 11,000 clients, I forgot where you started, is like
32, from a 32 to 11,000.
Thank you. That is crazy. So why don't we talk about what people that are the best kept secrets and they don't want to be anymore.
Yeah. Well, really, when I talk to entrepreneurs, the number one pain point they have is they tell me, if I could just get in front of more people. That's like their biggest pain, right? If I could just get in front of more people, I have a great offer, I have a great service, I have a great message. I just need to get in front of more people. And I think for many business owners, that's their biggest pain point, and that they don't know how to go from being the best kept secret and relying upon word of mouth and referrals, which we all love.
Right.
But we can't control that, right? We don't know when the next referral is going to come in or how we're going to leverage that. So it really becomes about how do you get control over generating leads and sales and growing your business. And There's a few things that I needed to do to make that happen. Number one, I needed to look at who's my right clients. Of everybody I worked with, out of the 32, who did I enjoy working with the most, was the most profitable, was had the money to pay me, those kinds of things. And what I found was it was business owners, it wasn't dreamers. My clients already own businesses. And it's people who are active in their lives. They are into working out or travel or a hobby like motorcycle riding that requires physical movement. They're doers, right? And they just don't know what to do to grow. Most of them have invested time, money, and energy in marketing that hasn't produced a result. And they just want to have it start to scale. And so when I narrowed it in on that, I said, okay, well, what's the fastest path to get those folks to work with me? And it was really along the lines of how can I reach more of them at one time? So for those of you listening, think about who already has your audience in place that you could leverage to reach them more quickly. And there's a few things. One is there are people who already have my audience who I could interview for one of my books. And so my book, The Shift, I interviewed people who have my audience. They're not my competitors. They just serve the same market. So I could feature them in my book and I could interview them on my book launch day, helping me hit bestseller. I could speak on their stages. I could become the celebrity speaker in my niche. So I get bigger stages that allows me to go in there. I could be on television. The show Below Deck, the reason why when they reached out to me, I said yes, is my audience is aspiring into vacation and luxury lifestyles. And that audience exists on that show. So that's why I needed to go on there. I could get some of these celebrities to speak on my stage, hereby borrowing some of their celebrity. So that was another strategy. And the thing that you want to make sure that you do, though, to make any of this happen is from this moment forward, you have to show up as the celebrity from the second you want this to happen. So that means when you're going to have an opportunity to be on video, you're showing up in professional hair and makeup and professional wardrobe. You have an opportunity to be interviewed for a podcast. You have your professional speaker one sheet ready to go. You have your topics ready to go. When you have an opportunity to partner with somebody, all of your resources are pulled together. You need to show up just like if you went to go get a consultation with a heart doctor because something's going wrong with your heart. You have a heart murmur. If you walked into the office of the heart doctor and he was standing behind the reception desk with a stained t-shirt and baggy sweatpants, to be like, I'm in the wrong place. We expect him to be busy, him not to be behind the counter as we walk in, and for the office to be clean and pristine. And when we walk into the examination room, we expect him to be in a beautiful, pressed, clean, white lab coat and look fully pulled together. And that's what you need to do for your niche. I don't ever want you to think you have to change the way you look or anything about you. All sizes, all shades, we're all beautiful. But I want you to think about it this way. If you broke up with somebody and it's a year later and you're going to go see them at that neighborhood potluck, you're going to wear your best outfit. You're going to have your best hair and makeup on. You want to look the absolute best to have the best first impression of someone you haven't seen in a long time. That's how you need to show up every single time in order to become the celebrity in your niche.
Well, there is so much to unpack there because you started with actually knowing who your niche is. And I've definitely heard it said before that broad is broke and you have to focus in on who you actually like working with.
Yeah.
So determining that of your 32 clients, who you liked working with, and then showing up as a power professional the way you show up as a powerful professional.
Yeah.
You want to be the celebrity first. And the part about leveraging other people's network, you don't want to be a taker though. Don't you want to be trying to always serve people and add value to them?
Yeah, that's a great point. So any celebrity relationship, you have to start by giving value before you ask. And so I will, for everyone I've worked with from a celebrity, I always will find a way to give them value first. So like one of my clients is Captain Glenn Shepard from Below Deck. And I saw an opportunity for him to turn his expertise to a signature talk. And so I reached out to him and said, I want to turn your expertise into a signature talk. And then he was super into it. We ended up working together on that. Now we're partnered on a book he's developing, a course he's launching, and I have ownership in this project. And he speaks on my stages now for free. That all came from me first going to him and giving him massive value. If you're going to run a summit and you want celebrities to speak on your stage, you reach out to them not by, will you speak at my summit? You reach out to say, can I promote you to my audience? It's a very different approach. You don't ask them to email for you because that's not why you have them on your stage. You just have them on your stage so you can leverage their name and their brand. You borrow their celebrity, which helps you recruit other people to be part of your summit. So I have multiple celebrity clients, from Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank to Glenn Shepard to Molly Hopkins from 90 Day Fiance, Ray Villafane from the Food Network, and Lou Vickery, a New York Yankees pitcher, and Justin Guarini from American Idol is now a business partner of mine. And all of them speak on my stages. I brought them value first, but I get to leverage their celebrity when I bring them to my audience.
Well, that is just a golden nugget right there, because you want to reach out to people and add value, because sometimes you can ask people for help, but it's really about how can you serve them and give them value. And I know you are a ninja secret expert on marketing, on email marketing, on Instagram marketing. So let's just talk about, now that you're showing up professionally, adding value, what secrets did you have to jump and grow so fast?
You want to hone in on who your market is, and then a proprietary content formula. And this sounds super fancy pants, but basically you're creating this one message that you're going to use over and over again that is narrow enough that makes FOMO for people who don't get to find out what it is. So if you were to say something like, I am a dietitian and I have nutrition secrets, people who hear that think, I know nutrition secrets, I already know stuff about that. I don't really need to know anything about this. But instead, if I say I'm a dietitian, I've developed the 3-hour fast. Now you're like, oh, what is that? How could I use that? I need to find out more about it. When we narrow our topic down, we become more of the expert, and we create fear of missing out from people who can't get a hold of it. So you come up with what that formula is. So I'm going to give you an example with our celebrity code. We call it SHINE. And S stands as show up as a professional you want to be. H is harness the celebrity of others. I is invest by going deep, not wide. N is narrow your topic. And E is entertain, don't educate. That's my formula. And so when I'm offering content, I have a challenge, a webinar, a virtual event. It's always going to use those letters, always. And so that becomes my area of expertise. And if people want to find more about it, they have to connect with me. They can't get it any other way. I can leverage that to build a relationship. And I call it the mom formula, because mom, this one right here, knows best. M, you're going to be a magnet for your perfect prospects. I told you who mine is, a business professional who's active. O, you're going to get them to opt in by giving them some kind of free gift. It could be a free course, a webinar, a challenge. And then the final M is I'm going to monetize the relationship by making an offer on the thank you page. It can be request to book a call, or I could sell them something. I'm always going to leverage this channel to really generate clients for me while I sleep.
Wow. So we need a branded formula that people are going to have FOMO if they don't take part in it, rather than just being boring and vanilla and bland. And
exactly.
I started this podcast for the Whole CEO with Lisa G over 3 years ago because the pandemic was hard for me. And I know it's hard for everybody. And I always ask guests about how we can be unstoppable in our lives. You know, we all have that roller coaster days where it's not just like straight shot uphill. And this is about grit, it's about performance. So my last question for you is, what can you give our audience about being unstoppable, gritty, and a high performer?
When you focus on your mission and not your ego, you are unstoppable. Because the reason why we're doing things has nothing to do with what people may think about us, whether or not they like us. It's always about the outcome we can generate. So every single day, My prayer I have to God is, let me be focused on my mission. May I be a conduit to make it happen. And when I focus on that, I am unstoppable.
I love that. And I said that was my last question, but I have one more because that is so powerful. And then I was just thinking about unpacking one more thing about focus, because I feel like we're all got these shiny object syndromes, and you're so focused and you're so driven. And you talked about going deep and not wide. Is that correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if we want to actually accomplish great things, what would that look like? Doing
I
one thing.
follow something I call my North Stars. I have 5 of them. They're my spirituality, my health, my personal development, my family, and my business. Those are my 5 North Stars. They're my 5 main things that I want to focus on. And I pick one major goal at a time for each. I always then focus on what's my next step or action to accomplish that goal, and when am I going to do it. So you set the dream, you come up with your next step, and then you put it in your calendar to make the next step happen. If you don't do those things, they're just wishing. But if you do those things, those dreams can actually come true.
Well, I'm so glad that I have this recording before anybody else, because you've added so much value to my
I'm so
audience.
glad.
I'm so grateful for you and all of those fantastic tips. Where can people find you? I know you have a gift for our audience.
Yeah, I would love for them to join us in our free challenge all about how to become the celebrity speaker in your niche. I do it alongside of Justin Guarini, and you can get your free spot at thecelebrityspeakerchallenge.com. That's thecelebrityspeakerchallenge.com.
And your website is Kim Walsh Phillips.
Powerfulprofessionals.com.
Powerfulprofessionals.com. Thank you for
Right.
being a fantastic guest.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.